Yo guys, it's me, obviously. Like I said, I kind of run the channel, so who else would it be, you know what I'm saying? This is what I do now, I guess. I think I just set up the camera and kind of just talk. I don't really I don't really be going out. So, I just woke up. I'm tired, obviously. I didn't really sleep much. No, but I really, in this video, I think I want to talk about something. I've learned to, kind of be, over time, obviously, in my entire life, just normal. I kind of learned just to do stuff on my own, and I guess be independent, and try to depend on myself a lot. But obviously, everybody needs a little help every now and then. I'm taking vitamins. Chill out. Obviously, everybody needs help along the way, and whatever way you want is different for everybody. Ugh. I'm very nasty sometimes. What the frick is this? Obviously, being alone sucks. You're bored. You're lonely, obviously. You're sad sometimes. You don't really have no one to talk to in real life. Yeah, you can talk to people over the phone, and I guess when I do, I play games with my friends and stuff, and obviously you go to work, so you see people, so yeah, there's socialization, but there's a difference from being alone and lonely, you know what I mean? Well, I'm not gonna say really my statement, because I guess it's different for everybody. I guess it really depends on your personality or your life or what you do, but obviously you can be lonely. Obviously you can be alone, but you can be surrounded by people, or you can be lonely and surrounded by people too. But I think being lonely is kind of more of a self thing. Not that you choose it or we choose it, it's just more you feel alone, you're not, you're not there a lot, I don't know if that really makes sense, but it's how it feels, Obviously, you go to work, or you go to the mall, or you go to a grocery store. You're not alone. Obviously, you're with people. But in your head, you don't exist. You're not real. That's how I can feel sometimes, and it sucks. But what's kind of weird about it, I guess, after a certain amount of time, you start to, obviously, you get comfortable with it. When you've dealt with it for so long, I guess it depends on maybe person to person, or maybe I'm just a loser. So I get that. I'm mostly talking about me, obviously, because I'm talking about my experiences. But there's definitely other people that understand and probably experience this too. But when you've dealt with it for so long, and experienced for so long, and lived the same life for so long, the loneliness starts to get normal and comfortable, even though it's depressing and sad and you hate it. But it's normalcy. So it's what's become normal. When you start to break out that shell, it's uncomfortable, obviously. Just like doing anything new, or exposure, or something you've never done before, you don't like. Obviously, it's gonna be uncomfortable, and you're gonna feel weird and feel awkward, or feel vulnerable, or anything. I feel like some people, and it sucks to say, but because I might be wrong, who knows? No one really knows all the freaking answers. But do y'all think people, I think I might have said this in a previous video a long time ago, but do y'all think people are predetermined to their fate or destiny? I don't know what the right word to use is, but is it something already planned out that's gonna happen no matter what, or can we change that outcome? Obviously we can change the outcome, but why? What's the point? Life is tough. You gotta get through it, but why? Why? I get it. You do it for other people, and I guess some people do it for themselves. They want to get better and try to get better and do it for their family or friends or loved ones or whatever. But that kind of sucks. That the only reason you're kind of, it sucks to say, but I feel like most people do it only for other people, you know, not for themselves. Because I feel like if most people had the choice to do anything without any consequences, obviously everybody would do stupid stuff. But I mean, like, you know what I mean. Hopefully, unless I'm speaking gibberish and making nonsense, just as usual. I usually make no sense in every video I speak in. So what I mean is, it kind of sucks that we have to be so selfless, and when just can't be selfish, you know. Not that it's really selfish. Like, if someone's suffering, then, you know, whatever. I don't know, it's kind of a hard topic to explain or have, I guess, a take on. I don't know. But anyway, my point is, sorry, I'm bad at staying on one topic. Loneliness, being alone. There's kind of good things about being alone, I feel like. Obviously, there's a lot of bad things, too. I feel like maybe there's a lot more bad than good. But when you're alone so much, obviously, you're by yourself. By yourself, right? So, really all you have is yourself. So, you think a lot, talk to yourself maybe, a lot of self-reflecting, you're alone with your own thoughts. That's all the bad stuff, I guess, but there's a lot of good that comes with it. Like, I enjoy sometimes being alone and not talking to no one, or not even checking my phone for text or Snapchat or nothing. And sometimes it's nice just to act like you don't exist and be away from the world for a little bit, you know? It's like disappear. It's like a mini vacation, you know? You know, just do what you like to do. Chill, play your games, music, listen to music. Sometimes I go drive in my car, listen to music for a long time, or I just chill in my room. And even when I'm with people, I still feel kind of that, and like I'm still in my room and I'm still, you know, in that same space. Because, like, yeah, I'm talking and I'm joking and I'm laughing and I'm being professional, and I understand you gotta do that, but it just all feels fake, which it is in a way, but not really, because sometimes I do enjoy, you know, talking to people and going to work and joking with my coworkers and having fun and doing all that stuff and just living life. But, like, you know, I just feel like some people can't escape their loneliness because they're too scared to, I don't know, I guess get close to somebody or experience new things or be vulnerable, etc. You know, the list can go on forever probably for different people. But, you know, I was just saying, because I was just thinking about that last night. Didn't really sleep, and I was like, bruh, what the frick? So, anyway, I talk nonsense. So I'm sure this video needs to be translated by freaking scribes and all that, because I'm confusing. Yeah, no, I think that's really all I'm gonna say. Did I make any clear points in this video? Probably not. Did I explain stuff well? Definitely probably not. Did I make any good points? Maybe. Who knows? Am I bad at telling a story and explaining my thoughts? Yes. So don't ask me to read in the library, or I don't know. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Being alone sucks. But it's kind of nice sometimes. Obviously, I have a lot of friends. Well, not like 100 million friends, you know what I mean. But I have good friends. So I think that's my whole point. That obviously, I'm not alone. I have people. I talk to my friends a lot. I talk to my coworkers sometimes. I think I'm just lonely, and that's something you can't escape, because that's a mindset thing. So you just gotta figure it out, I guess, right? Huh? That's all life is about, figuring it out and doing, yeah, for sure, bro. Nah, I'm good though. I made a TikTok as a joke. It was some True Detective meme. It was like freaking. If y'all never watched True Detective, you'll understand it. But I'll give you a little brief. Sorry, my freaking video goes off every time my alarm goes. Anyway, he's a guy. He's like super fixated and obsessive about his job, and he's a really good detective. And he's like crazy, like sees stuff and like that no one else would see. And his detective partner's like, "What the frick is wrong with you, bro?" He's like, "Nothing. Time's a flat circle." So he carries around a notebook and writes everything down. And it's funny because I did a slideshow. And it was just pictures of him like crouching down or like he has a notebook out. And basically the meme was, I was like, me trying to piece everything together after a night of blacking out, like drinking. And I didn't really, like, it's funny to me, but I didn't think it would get so many views. It has like 1.5 million views right now and like maybe like 300,000 likes. All like in a day or two. I was like, damn, cool. But like, I don't know, I just like making funny jokes and stuff. I don't know, I love making videos and photography and videography and all that stuff. Like, I genuinely just I love cameras. I love cameras. Like, cameras are, I don't know, I love how you can capture a moment and it's not just a frame or a couple frames or a video or whatever. It's, I don't know, I see something, you know, and you know what I mean? Like at work, you have to take pictures of dogs and send them to the owners, parents, whatever, to like updates type thing, or just nice stuff so they can see their pets. I can put a couple right here if you want to see them. But I don't know, I see it differently, I feel, you know, like I try to capture it as perfect as I can in the frame, like middle. Then I edit them to make them look nice. But I don't, obviously, I'm on the fly, so I don't have any freaking editing software, so I do it off the freaking iPhone, but still, I try to make it look nice. But my point is, I see like a story or like a feeling or like an emotion, all these thoughts in that one single photo. And I try to get it perfect because I feel like that photo can tell a story, you know? Like in these dogs, like you can see their eyes, their body language, their demeanor, everything, especially the eyes. You can really see like their emotions. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, for example, there was this one dog like at my work, and I've worked with this dog for maybe like, I think in like 9 months. So I kind of learned their behavior and demeanor and whatever. And she wasn't eating this one morning, and she threw up that morning. And then when I went to feed her that morning, she didn't touch her food at all. So I already knew off the jump something was up with her. She's an older dog too, so I was like, I guess maybe she's just, I don't know. I knew something was off from the jump when she didn't touch her food, because every time I go to feed her, she eats it like that. Like she's pretty fast with it. Within like probably like first minute or two. So I knew something was off. I was like, maybe, I don't know. She threw up that night before, so maybe she had an upset stomach or something. I was like, whatever. I'm not no doctor or vet, so I didn't know exactly, but I just felt something, you know. It's gonna sound stupid, but so, hear me out, because I was right in the end. The whole day, I went, obviously she was outside and let her out and was watching her and just to make sure she's okay. But I looked at her eyes and it's crazy to think about. Like, I saw something or I felt something that it's like I was looking at a human being I don't know why I'm crying for him. That's so stupid. It's like I was looking at a human being and I saw. Stop fucking crying. What's wrong with you? Stop it. It's like I was looking at a human and I saw something in her eyes. Just the way she was looking, and it didn't seem right, and she was acting. She's always usually so jumpy and excited and running around, and she was laying on the ground all day, wasn't playing much, wanted to be alone, started isolating. And then I looked at her and like came up close to her, just to give her, I petted her and stuff, and and she just looked, I guess, sad or in pain, or she just didn't feel good. Like, I don't know. It's some, I saw it. I'm freaking ridiculous. Anyway, my point is, I need to stop crying. I don't know what's wrong with me. Stop. That's so stupid. So, a day later, or it might have been 2 days later, the doctor let everyone know. He was like, well, yeah, no, thank God you brought her in, because I brought her to the hospital side, or she was brought to the hospital side, because I called the doctor and I was like, hey, your dog is kind of, obviously I said some other stuff, but basically I was like, your dog's acting kind of weird, you want to get her checked out. I was like, she's like, yeah, it's a doctor's dog that works there, he's actually the owner, anyway, of the hospital. It's like, yeah. So I was like, okay, yeah. And they brought her over. And they ended up finding out that she had a cyst or something, I think they said. And then she almost went septic and obviously would have died. So they said if they didn't catch it when they did, then she would have died, obviously. And it was close. Because it was like, I think it was really bad. They had to like do something. I don't know. I really forgot what they said. My memory is kind of bad, but I don't know. I basically saved that dog's life, and it kind of. I don't really necessarily feel the most useful person or have a purpose, but like, it was nice to, maybe see something that maybe no one else did, but. Back to my point, as I'm bad storytelling because I go off topic, but these pictures, I like them because pictures, videos, everything, it just, captures a moment. And in that moment, or in that frame, in that photo, or that whatever, you can see so many things, and it just captures so much, and it's so cool to think about. It's also cool because you can look back on pictures and be like, oh, I remember that. Or, oh, I remember that day. That was a good day. It was a bad day. Hot. It was raining. That's the day I got that Burger King. Like, it's most, sometimes it's kind of cool to look back and reminisce, I guess. Nostalgia. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's really it. I'm very bad at going off topic, but maybe that's me. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I guess go to work in a little bit still. It's 11 o'clock. Got work at 1, so it's gonna be fun. So anyway, all I gotta say, sorry for crying and yapping. That's a little crazy of me. My fault. Not for real. I'll stay safe. You know, no one watches my videos no more. It's so sad. Oh my god, what the hell? What the freak? Nah, but if y'all want to start watching my videos again, it might be nice. I'd like that probably. Anyway, see y'all later, I guess, losers.